What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Ethereum. Right now we're sitting at $1,431. We're up about 3%. What I want to talk to you about today, I've had a lot of people ask me the question of what do you think Ethereum can get to in 2021? And you guys know me, I don't like price predictions, but I've gotten this so many times, I'm just going to address it. I'm going to talk about underperformance and I'm going to talk about overperformance and where I believe Ethereum could get to down the road here in this altcoin cycle for 2021. So if you get some from these videos, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends. We try to be one of the realest, channels out here. We're not going to tell you Ethereum's going to $100,000 or $150,000 this market cycle. I don't see that happening, but I'm going to give you some realistic targets if we can get a nice daily candle close on heavy volume up above 1,443. Be very important for us. So first of all, I believe the fundamentals for Ethereum, they favor $5,000. I really think that's an area. If we break out through this we'll just call it $1,500 to make it easy. If we can get a serious breakout here on heavy volume, guys, we could run roughly to about $3,000 in the matter of a couple weeks. Just like how Bitcoin went from 20,000 to 40,000 extremely fast, it could be a similar situation, and we may even see a little bit more of an extension up to that $5,000. And you have to watch these big round numbers like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Really watch those because we're going to be in price discovery, and when you're in price discovery, there's no overhead resistance besides looking at those big round numbers or Fibonacci extensions, stuff like that. But I like to look at those big round numbers, and I'd look first at that 3,000 and then most likely be around that $5,000. But I do believe the fundamentals favor $5,000, and if we can get through this 1,500 or so, we got a nice shot at really running hard, fast, and aggressively. And this is a coin, guys. There's probably about 6 months ago I did a video and I talked about 5 coins that I think you should just have one of, and Ethereum was one of those coins. I think a lot of people missed the boat on Bitcoin, and now these institutional investors, they're really going to want to get something that can have a greater increase than Bitcoin in terms of percentage gains, and they're going to be looking to Ethereum. It has the second most volume. It has that liquidity, so I believe that's where money's going to be going. And then once Ethereum's really maxed out, that's when there's going to be some more money going into those small altcoins. So I think Ethereum, in my opinion, is going to be the next one to really overperform. So we talked about fundamentals favor $5,000. Okay, another thing is we have not went straight up yet. We have not hit that vertical. You guys know what I'm talking about, that blow off top, that fifth wave on climax volume. We have not seen that yet. So that's what makes me believe that we still have more room in this Ethereum trend. And you can look at this on the 1 day time frame as we step out on the log scale here. I mean, we have not made that parabolic uptrend yet. And we get those in cryptocurrency where we just go straight up. And that's what we're still looking for as well. And that, guys, I mean, typically how these bull markets go for altcoins, it will take 90% of the time to pump 50%, and I'm just giving you a percentage here, to pump 50% of what it's going to pump to, and then the last 10%, you'll get another 50% on that move. It was kind of like Bitcoin on the last cycle where it made it to 10,000, then it just launched right up to 20, and then it crashed right back down. We have not seen a blow off top yet for Ethereum. And that's where I'm saying, even from that $5,000 point, I would say realistically, Ethereum, if it does everything I think it can do, $10,000 is my area. That's what I'm going to predict, right in that range. If we go past 10,000, anything can happen. But I think with ETH being locked up, with the staking aspect of it, that's a really big deal for us. The deflationary aspect of it, I think price could go nuts. But $10,000, that's going to be a spot I'm really going to look at for Ethereum. And I guess that would be my 2021 prediction. It is roughly between that 5 and 10,000, but I think we can hit that 10,000. If we overperform maybe up to that 15, 20, maybe get back, people could be looking at that where we get back to Bitcoin's old price, previous price of $20,000, and that's where people take profit for Ethereum. I mean, that's how overextended this market can get, both to the upside and the downside, guys. Ethereum on the downside last time went from $1,400 all the way down to, what was it, $80 or $70. So bear markets can get extreme, and so can bull markets. So we have to be aware of these areas. That's what we're going to be looking for, because I do believe people feel like they missed the boat. A lot of people don't want to go buy a $35,000 Bitcoin, or they can't. So they're going to look to this next best opportunity. And I believe also with Litecoin, it's just those people want to buy full coins. And I'm like that as well. When I got into Bitcoin and it was $1,300 and Litecoin was, $32 or whatever, I went with Litecoin. because I'm looking for the best percentage gains opportunities, and you want those whole coins. And I think a lot of people are like that. So let me know down low if you're like that as well. When you first got in, were you looking at those whole coins, trying to get as many of those as possible? And also, I'd love to hear your Ethereum prediction down low. I still got a little more I want to talk about here, but I would love your prediction down low. What you think in 2021, what can Ethereum hit? And you can do underperformance, overperformance. I'd love to hear it. But I also want to talk about how we have plenty of room on the daily RSI right now. I know price has been going up. We have a little bit of that negative divergence, but when we're looking at it, we're at 66 on the RSI right now. So if we can get through this 1500, we have room to run. We're not at 90 right now trying to break through the all-time high. Does that make sense to everybody? We have room to run now, and that could allow us to pop to 2,000 very fast, and then to 3,000, and you got to start looking at those areas. But you need to be aware of these things, and that's all I'm putting it out there, guys. Don't FOMO into anything, because even at this area, we could hit this a few times and then come back down, retrace to the 50, which even put us back to $990 in that range. Try it again, but eventually I believe we're going to get up through that, and things are going to get very exciting. But how we talked about just owning one of them, even having one Ethereum, it could be something special down the road, guys. What if it is $10,000 or $20,000? We get some great overperformance. These things are possible, and when we're looking at the daily right now, thing that I really like, this has been a nice healthy trend overall. Like we talked about, we haven't had that just straight up blast where you run up a building, up the side of a building where it goes straight up. I don't want to see that right now. I want to see healthy correction, nice pump, and then corrections, pump, corrections. But we're up above our 20 EMA in purple. In pink here, this is going to be our 50, our 100, and our 200, and you can see they're starting to fan out. So that's great. The trend is up, and in my opinion, I don't want to short bull markets for Bitcoin, Ethereum, any of that. If you're in a bear market and you know what you're doing, that's a different story. But in bull markets, guys, you want to be in your positions. Now, if you're trading where you're selling out and you're trying to get more and putting buy orders in, that's a whole different game. But when you're just looking at this on the long term, the trend is up right now. And sometimes we will have corrections even back into this 100, you can see. So if we corrected back into the hundreds before we broke out, that could be about $800. I don't know if we're going to get to that area. I think this is where we're getting close. We might move sideways for a while, pounding on this, but eventually we're going to get that nice move to the upside. And you can see how well this would actually look, guys. I'm not a good drawer here, but you can see this would look healthy for Ethereum. So if we pushed up like this right around that $5,000 range, come back, correct, give some up, maybe back to around 3,000, and then we get that explosive move. Once we break through 5,000 roughly, we get those blue sky breakouts again. Anything can happen. But we have not had climax volume yet to the upside, and that makes me realize most likely there's going to be a whole nother leg up. But we also have to realize that anything in the world can happen. We got a lot of craziness going on, and if Bitcoin takes a massive dump, it most likely is going to pull Ethereum down with it. So we need to see Bitcoin at least stabilize or start to get some nice little moves to the upside here. But I think Ethereum's going to shine this year. I think this is going to be one of the best investments. You let me know down low what you think, guys. God bless each and every one of you. Just want to give you this long-term outlook. Take care, my friends.